Well, some would argue this is the deepest division in the UFC right now, 145 pounds, a lot of killers at the top. This man has emerged out of the pack and gets his much-deserved title shot here tonight.
From the moment he got to the UFC, he told us we were viewing someone that could make an impact, a future champion that will remind us of the great featherweight champs Max Holloway, Jose Aldo Jr. He said, I am special. I will be a champion one day. Tonight, he gets the opportunity. Let's see if he can cash in.
Now, it appeared as though the weight cut was a little bit difficult. He did not want to hear that noise, but that is behind him. And we'll see how it goes for him here on Saturday night. So here he is, the UFC featherweight king, Alexander Volkanovski. And we have truly run out of superlatives when it comes to talking about this man and his mixed martial arts acumen. There are three guys who can lay claim to being the greatest featherweight of all time, and yet Alex is kind of distancing himself from that pack.
It's crazy. It's crazy how good Alexander Volkanovski is. I mean, you always knew he could fight. But to see some of the performances as of late, see how he continues to evolve and get better even as the champion is really impressive. And it's a credit to him and all of his coaches, but mostly his mindset. I don't know if there's a guy in fighting that has a higher fight IQ than Alexander the Great. I just like to take note of what I'm experiencing every time this guy steps in the octagon, because it's always something special.
And certainly since he signed with the UFC all the way back in 2016, he has been a promotional workhorse, strength of schedule as good as it gets, and of course, as he enters competition tonight, can lay claim to 4 combined wins over Jose Aldo and Max Holloway, greatest featherweight of all time. Our tale of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. Now to get us started, the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Diego Lopes. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Featherweight Champion of the world, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, early round action here. We'll see what Alexander Volkanovski can do. He believes he will have the striking advantage, the wrestling advantage, believes that he has the grappling advantage as well. Remains to be seen, but certainly confidence was not an issue in our midweek fighter meeting with Alexander the Great. Volkanovski going for the leg kick, he misses. All right, so we will see early on how the Volkman chooses to proceed, and no surprise to see Volkanovski go to the leg kick.
I mean, we have seen this constantly with Alexander Volkanovski, especially in the first Max Holloway fight. He won the fight behind the leg kicks. He is so smart inside of the octagon that he will throw these leg kicks, not hard, but they draw something out of you, and then he starts to attack you with things that have more force. This guy's tremendous, and that is why he's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Ooh, big shot lands.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in round one. Timely defense there. Huge block for him. with a knee strike there. All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to think he's going to continue to attack the body with all of his strikes.
Well, his opponent has not done anything to deter him. He should keep doing this, keep going to the well until his opponent finds an answer, because right now, he seems lost to it.
Volkanovski's in half guard.
There it is, now he's going to mouth.
Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice.
Oh, he better start moving. He can't take too many of those uppercuts.
Lands to the body there. Well, the champ Volkanovski continues to keep his opponent guessing here tonight. You lower the guard, and he goes upstairs and was able to land the right hand there.
Landed that beautiful right hand. But if you start thinking leg kick, if you start thinking right hand, Alexander Volkanovski will change levels, explode into you. And when he gets his hands locked, you're going for a ride. This guy's a full-on mixed martial arts man.
Just a nasty leg kick. That's going to work.
I mean, he is throwing those kicks with evil intent. He is trying to break his leg with every single kick.
We're trying to submit it. We're trying to get to the W. We're trying to get to the afterthought, okay? We're trying to be happy at the afterthought.
All right, let's check out some of the action now from that previous round, and he really kept finding a home for those kicks.
Yeah, and why would you change it? If your opponent is not going to check, if he's going to stand there and he's not on his toes and he's stationary, you keep driving those kicks into his thighs, into his body until he makes some sort of adjustment.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Round two here. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The matchmakers did a fantastic job when they put these two in the octagon. So even though it wasn't crazy, you got to see high-level mixed martial arts.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Well, the most significant stat in this fight, and you can see it right there in plain sight, bottom of your screen, the body strikes. His opponent has had absolutely no answer. He hasn't lowered his guard with the elbow whatsoever, and I'm not sure how many strikes to the body he can take before he ends up crippling here. We'll see. Went for the inside leg kick. All right, so he continues to attack that area above the knee and digging right into that thigh.
He's digging into the thigh. He's doing a great job of recognizing that that's something that he can land, and he has landed it effectively.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round.
Oh, nice. He's found his range. Now he's in a rhythm, landing those nice, beautiful punches.
Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round one. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. Well, there it is again. He seems to be fighting through the damage pretty well, but even if you're blind, you can see all the redness now.
Well, you can see it starting to accumulate. You can see it starting to take an effect on it. For as tough as he is, for as good of a poker face as he has, you can still see it. And right now, he's got to address it because we're about to get to a point where he can't even do anything to stay in this fight.
Right. Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their strikes in this one.
Yeah, both guys have been...
Oh, he lands another huge leg kick downstairs. That person, man, this could be the beginning of the
John, it's time for his corner to start looking at stopping this fight. He has taken far too many of these leg kicks. Oh, he's got a choke.
Oh, got to protect your neck. Guillotine choke is locked in. Oh, this one could be over soon.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground. Another submission attempt here, and this is a good one. Oh, that looks tight. Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, but the submission defense wins this transition.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Amazing. You're finding your way. You're connecting on his chin whenever you want. You're having the will.
All right, we now take a look back at some of the highlights from that last round, DC. A lot for the replay guys to choose from.
I mean, these guys are going to be very busy trying to find what replay to show you guys. Lands on both sides of the octagon. Both guys fought great. What a phenomenal round.
You ready to fight? You ready?
All right, here we go with this third round of this championship fight. All right, so next round underway here, and you got to admire the stamina that both of these guys still exuded towards the end of that round. Both men put a particular focus on their cardiovascular.
It's been,
lands another kick.
Johnny hurt bad. He hurt really, really bad now.
We'll see what he does here. He postures up and lands to the head. Nicely done.
Getting them out here. He's got to be careful here.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Close guard here. He's very comfortable here working off of his back, DC.
Oh, he passes the half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt.
Making all these shots count. Nice job by him there. He was being dominated and is able to reverse position. Volkanovski's back in half guard. The ground strikes continue to pile up. All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in or two hands out, or guys start to attack triangles.
Less than 2 minutes now to go.
Got to be careful here. Wow, he actually reversed the position, but he didn't stop there. He took a strong top position himself. Changing the position.
Now inside the closed guard. Oh, and he locks up a triangle now. You set off the top. His go-to submission looks pretty tight to me.
Oh, and he puts back to it. Good job by the champ there. Sliding back out.
All right, he remains in pursuit of the submission, but the defense continues to hold up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find a finisher.
In MMA today, guys are so well-rounded, so gifted. It's hard to just lock up a submission, but he continues to try. And in those efforts, he has given himself a chance to win this fight.
I've never been submitted.
You never have? Yeah, I have. Great submission defense on display tonight.
That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, there's the horn, and what a round, champ. We got to talk about the knockdown. When you knock somebody down like that, it got to be kind of fun to strut your way back to the stool.
I mean, you are 10 foot tall. When you can drop another person with a strike, you are 10 foot tall. Now, the issue is he did not find the finish, and he used a lot of energy trying to finish that fight.
All right, there's the end of the round. We'll show you some of the highlights. It must feel pretty damn good to knock a man down like that.
It feels good to knock a man down, and most times you don't even feel it. It's the ones that you don't even recognize that landed hard are the ones that usually put your opponent out. It landed right on the sweet spot, and he hurt his opponent very badly.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here's round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go with our 4th round of a possible 5, and a lot of fighters change up their training camp when they're fighting 5 rounds versus 3.
Yeah, you got to change it up. You have to mix things up because fighting for an extra 10 minutes is not normal. Guys don't do this normally. It's a 15-minute fight, so you have to do things physically.
Oh, and he lands another leg kick. Man, his opponent's on the leg.
Hey, it's like Rocky. I'm on the apron with the white tie. I'm going in. Boy, fight's over.
Postures up here and now going to the body with that big strike. Nicely done by Volkanovski. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off of his back. All right, rubber guard now, DC. Some submissions at his disposal if he so chooses.
Yeah, he does have a couple submissions. They're very rare submissions. Gogoplata, omoplata. But if the guy has any understanding of submission defense, he knows how to stay safe in this position. So there are advantages to being here. But the danger isn't so vast that you should panic.
Yeah, we've only seen a handful of omoplatas in UFC history.
Now he's on top, exactly where he wanted to go.
Oh, he's got his back. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position.
Beautiful transition.
Nice positional control here. Postures up now and lands a vicious head strike. Oh, Volkanovski's back in full mount. 90 seconds to go. And very effective with the ground and pound. If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move. You got to shrimp. You got to get off on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
Oh, compromising spot here. Triangle choke is locked in. Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
Oh, great job by him there to reverse things and get the dominant position. Landing strikes nicely here from top position. 10 seconds remaining here in round 4. Horn sounds for the end of round 4. What a round it was for him, DC, and of course the seminal moment, that big knockdown that he will try to piggyback on here in this next round.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he builds off of the momentum that he gets from that last round. How does he deal with the success that he had and not push too hard too early trying to find the finish? You have to let it come to you as the knockdown came to you in the previous round.
All right, so a big knockdown in that last round, DC. We'll show you the replay. Nearly had him out of there.
He almost had him out. He had him gone. He hurt him real bad. He thought the fight was over. But the night will go on. The dance continues. Will this be the final round?
It is the 5th and final round. Oh, he gets tagged there. Nice combination to the head. Straight right is there.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to pile up these body shots here in the latter stages of this fight. You didn't see a lot of that in the earlier rounds, making up for lost time here. Just missed with that right hand. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? He lands another knee there, DC. It doesn't always pay to be the taller fighter. In this instance, it most certainly did. Oh, he lands another crushing kick to his opponent's leg. He has stayed committed with that weapon, and this might be over soon.
Yeah, he is not kicking to the leg. He's kicking through the leg, and you see his opponent limping now all around the octagon. Oh my God, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Oh, that's how you do it. Postures up and lands to the head. Inside the closed guard, in position for a submission attempt here. Oh, that looks wicked tight.
It's getting tight now. He's advancing.
Holding on to the submission attempt here.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back up.
Under 2 minutes now with which to work.
Oh, this is where you don't want to be, though.
All right, so he's got the ground and pound game going here. Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots.
You need to fight back.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Oh, might be trying to set up a leg submission here. Oh, I don't know. That heel hook looks tight.
Working hard to finish this heel hook. He has got to make sure that his knee does not beat his hips if he wants to get the finish. Fight IQ on full display there. Recognizing he was losing the sub, elected to keep the dominant position.
Oh!
He did a great job of reversing the position, using the opening that...
Oh, what a finish to this one as we go the full 25 minutes. Stand and cheer, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so they came in unquestionably the two best in the world in this division, and they showed you exactly why here tonight. A lot of people may think the challenger did enough. For me, slight lean to the champion to retain his title.
I agree with you, John. I thought the champion did just enough to keep his belt. And this has nothing to do with you got to beat the champ to get the belt. No, the champion outworked him in the big spots, and he should retain his title.
All right, the official decision is in. It resides with the venerable Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 49-47, 49-46, and 48-47. For the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alexander